show you yesterday.
That Tom Brady isn't getting older, he's actually getting better. How's that possible? I've never seen anything like this before. And if, in fact, you and I are correct about this, if, in fact, that Bill Belichick wants to go forward with Jimmy Garoppolo as early as starting next season, and he's obviously got to make some decision on Jimmy G sooner than later, because this is his last year under contract, do you sign him for the long term? Do you franchise him? I don't know how you fit the franchise tag under the cap.
Not $25, $26 million.
Yeah. Or do you trade him? You trade him at the trade deadline. You trade him whenever. I guess you'd have to. That's the next time up, trade deadline. And to me, if in fact that is operating, Tom Brady is winning the PR battle. Yesterday and the week before at New Orleans, which looks a lot better after what New Orleans did at Carolina yesterday. So let's get back to what happened in Foxborough yesterday. I thought it was one of Tom Brady's all-time top 5 regular season performances, especially considering the circumstances. He was without Marcus Cannon, who I think is his best offensive lineman, his best pass protector. And that's against a pass rush that's featuring, obviously, Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt, Merciless, and that kid, Christian Covington, who also had a sack yesterday. And they got him 5 times. They hit him 3 other times. He was under duress much of the game in the pocket, which is unusual. And obviously, on opening Thursday night, he suffered the worst collapse of his career, which was losing 21-0 in the fourth quarter to Kansas City after leading 27-21 going into that fourth quarter. So the pressure's mounting on Tom Brady because all the way down to the 2:30 mark of the game in the fourth quarter, some kid named Deshaun Watson had beaten Tom Brady 6-0 in the fourth quarter. And the Houston Texans were ahead thanks mostly to Deshaun Watson, who I said the Monday after the draft, I would have taken him first over. I said that before the draft, but I still said all those teams that passed him, what did they move up? Texans went from 25 to 12?
25 to 12.
So those 11 teams that passed him, give or take a couple who had quarterbacks.
Right.
I just think I think Cleveland missed the boat on this.
Yes.
This kid is really a special young man. Poise, playmaking, leadership, character. He was outplaying Tom Brady in Foxborough as a rookie in his, second real start?
Yep.
And what happened with 2:30 left, Tom Brady got the ball back, and it gets to 3rd and 12, and he hits Gronkowski for 15 yards, and you say, well, it's big old, bad old Gronkowski. It's a pretty easy, big target to hit. I don't know. It's a pretty good pass, pretty good throw. But the great throw came on 3rd and 18 to Amendola for 27 yards. This was big-time pitch and catch. This was an Amendola who's come up big for them many times. In fact, in ways of making big catches, he's made more big catches than Edelman. Edelman's made more catches, more third down catches. But I'm talking about game-saving, game-winning catches. Remember the game 2015, if you go back to the game at the Giants?
Yes.
It was a huge third down conversion that set up the late field goal that won the game. But what a throw and what a catch. And then came the throw to Brandon Cooks that won the game. It's you give the quick pump at the safety to hold the safety, then whip it into the corner. And you don't think Tom Brady's got an arm left? I know it looks effortless, but he's putting some mustard on those throws. And again, if Rob Parker were here, he'd be talking about the Lote, the luckiest of all time, because they got away with the fumble on one play early in the drive that David Andrews, the offensive lineman for the Patriots, fell on. And
the pick.
They got away with the near pick by Corey Moore, the safety, which I thought was pass interference. I thought he hit Brandon Cooks early and shielded him from the ball before Brandon Cooks had a chance to go up for the ball. But it was close in both cases. But big picture, to me, now I look back at what happened at New Orleans when he threw for 300 yards in the first half and would have had 4 touchdowns if Gronk hadn't dropped one. And I must remind you, you said that it looked like New Orleans was on the way to being a historically bad defense. And I don't know, then if that's true, then Cam had an historically bad performance yesterday. We'll talk about that later. But I think New Orleans is a little better than historically bad on defense. And they came up big yesterday and intercepted Cam, obviously, 3 times, what should have been a low-scoring game. But my point is, in the end, Tom Brady isn't getting older, he's really getting better, because those two at New Orleans and what he did yesterday, all-time great. And I think Bill Belichick went home last night and said, man, he is ratcheting up the heat on me because he is showing no sign to me of age.
He was Tom Brady. And Skip, the thing is that I say of any great offense or defense, can you make a play when you need to? You need to get a third down. Can you get it? When you need to get off the field on third down, if you're the defense, can you get off the field? The thing that make these legendary, these great players, these transcendent players, is that they make the hard seem routine. That was not an easy throw. 25 yards away, it looked like an out against cover two. Looked like they were playing some kind of shell of cover two. And for him to make that throw from where he made it, and Brandon Cooks, who's 5'8", it's not like he's 6'7". So he had to basically throw that ball in a teacup from 30 yards away. And that's what he did.
He did.
He makes it look routine. He makes it, Skip, when I played with John Elway, my quarterback, we could be in a game, and we were down, I remember at home, I think it was 91 or 92. But we were down, Skip, by 13 points. They had the ball. I was like, if our defense get a stop, we're going to come back. Now, it's 5 minutes left in the ball game. They have the ball. You're down 13. But you feel if the defense can get a stop here, you're going to score. The defense is going to stop them again, and you're going to go back down and score. I can assure you that's exactly how they feel when they take the field with Tom Brady. They got the ball in the 25, holding call, pushed them back to the 15. There was no doubt in anybody's mind that Tom Brady was going to take them down the field and get that ball in the end zone. I knew once the Texans did not get that 3rd and 1, I would have went for it on 4th and 1, because they're not kicking a field goal to beat you. They're going to get a touchdown to beat you. So there's no way, Skip, I'm going for it. You're in their building. Skip, you can't, try to sedate the lion. You got to kill him. When you go to New England, you got to kill them.
You do.
Well, you gave them life.
Kansas City killed them.
Exactly. Look, we're gonna make it so. Tom, you do whatever you want to do, but when you're down by 21 and we got the ball, ain't no coming back from this. He's special, and he's making the decision very, very difficult for Coach Belichick. He's at over 1,100 yards at 3 games. He's on pace to obliterate Peyton's passing record.
Without his best receiver from last year.
Yes.
Just for the record.
Yes. And you thought early on, Skip, the way they were getting to him, Jadeveon Clowney was hitting him. They were constantly the pressure. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what Josh McDaniels, I don't know what Scarnecchia, the offensive line coach, I don't know what plan they came up with. But the ball started coming out quicker. Maybe they were getting open quicker. Maybe the Texans started feeling good, like we got them now. But that's one team you don't have until you're ahead when the clock strikes 0. Other than that, you don't have them.
Yep.
And, 3rd and 18.
3rd and 18?
The thing that you try to do and when you're in a 2-minute drill, especially in a situation like this, Skip, you always try to stay manageable. You don't win anything over 3rd and 10. You don't really want so the first play you try to get something simple. You want it 2nd and 5. Then you can get 3rd and 1. So you would just want you go 3rd and 18. There's not a whole lot of plays in 3rd and long, trust me. I think we had about 2. There's not a whole lot of plays when it comes to 3rd and 10 plus. Well, 3rd and 15 plus. 3rd and 18? Looked like they were playing a cover 2 here too. And the underneath guy looked like they were playing 2-man. That was the coverage I would have played, because guess why? I don't expect Tom Brady. Tom Brady ain't running for no 18 yards.
Nope.
So I'm playing cover 5 with 22-man.
By the way, Deshaun, maybe.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. I would never play that coverage against Cam. Guys that are mobile. Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning and Tom Brady. Oh, I'm playing that coverage. Y'all not getting no 18 yards before we can catch it. That's not going to happen. Give them credit. They are a well-coached team, and they don't beat themselves. When you get an opportunity, they put the ball on the ground, you better jump on it before they do. If you get an opportunity to get an interception, because that's what the good teams do.
Yep.
The good teams find ways to win. Not so good teams find ways to lose. If you notice, Skip, every time, for the most part, if you look at the Patriots over their history, with the exception of that Asante Samuel, every time they've had an opportunity to make a play, be it offensively or defensively, they've made the play.
I hear you. So bottom line to what we saw yesterday, I know a lot of people, like Tom Brady to me is like the Dallas Cowboys, love or hate. He inspires, he polarizes, and I get that. But I just hope people can appreciate what they're seeing at age 40 because this is all-time greatness.
Yeah.
If I can
This is great at 30 though, Skip.
Hey, it's great at 30, but to me, if I can go quick English major on you,
yes,
Shakespeare was the greatest writer ever. I read it and I just say, I don't know how you could do that. How could a human write that kind of prose and poetry? And,
so far back then.
Yeah. Okay, so far back then. But this is the NFL's version of Shakespeare.
Yes.
This is Shakespearean, where you have to sit back and say, I'm getting to watch history here. I'm seeing something that's never really been done before. I know Brett Favre had a great 40-year-old season, but Brett Favre's not Tom Brady.
Yeah, and it's not like Tom had a camp. See, even if Brett lost something off his fastball, he still could throw 80 because he was throwing 95 to 100.
He was.
So if he lost something, Tom never was throwing 90 miles an hour. He was always Greg Maddux. But somehow he's found a way to stay at that level. I don't think he's lost anything, Skip, off of his fastball. He's a guy, he's pinpoint accurate. The guys trust him. He trusts them. He's putting the ball only in places they can get. That throw to Brandon Cooks, that was Roger. There are very, very few guys in the NFL, even at this level, I'm talking about the top guys, could have made that throw at that moment at that area of the field. Very, very few, Skip. It takes some chutzpah to throw that ball to Brandon Cooks.
Well, he's been there before many times, so he has the chutzpah to make that call. I'll tell you what, though, if he keeps this up all season, it's going to be mayhem in New England if something happens to him next year.
Yeah,
Next up.